Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kayla from Kayla's Cricut Creations. Today's video is going to be a game changer for all you Cricut lovers out there. Cricut Design Space has just dropped an incredible update. You can now transform your PNG images into SVG files. Join me as we dive into this exciting new feature and explore its capabilities. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell to stay updated on all things crafting and Cricut related. So let's get started. Right now I'm in Cricut Design Space on my laptop computer. This update is actually for your phone or iPad, which is kind of unusual. Usually the updates seem to only be on the desktop. So you will need to use an iOS device, which would be your iPhone or iPad, or your Android device. I'm hoping it will eventually be on the desktop since that's what I use the majority of the time. However, if you are like me and use a desktop a lot, you can easily use this update to convert your image, then head back over to Cricut Design Space on your desktop, and I'll show you how to do that in this video. I do believe that this update is for Cricut Access members. I wanted to quickly explain PNG and SVG images before I head over to my iPad. PNG images have multiple colors in them. When you bring it into Cricut Design Space, it works best for print and cut, but not as well for cutting vinyl and heat transfer vinyl and things like that because it only has one layer. SVG images, however, work great in Cricut because it gives you all the different layers to cut out your vinyl. So with this new update, you can take images from the web or even photos from your own phone and turn them into SVG files. I want to give an example of some images you can convert. Here I googled free clip art. So these are basically PNG or JPEG images. Also on Creative Fabrica, I use this website all the time. So for example, if I click on one of these are PNG images as well. You can see it says PNG. If I wanted to make this into an SVG file, I can do that now with this update. I want to use this butterfly. If I click on it, by the way, if you're looking for images just on the internet, sometimes you have to be careful that it's not a virus or anything, but this one looked fine. So I already have this downloaded, so I'm not going to download it a second time, and I'll go over to Cricut. So I am going to upload this image. You can see it right here that it's a JPEG. I'll hit open. I can erase the background by just clicking that. Then you can see when I come to here, if I want it to be a cut image, like if I'm cutting this out on vinyl, you can see it just makes it one solid color, but you can see the print and cut side has all the colors in it. So I'm going to click on that and hit upload. You can see that it's only one layer, so I'm limited with this type of image. I can only use it as a print and cut image. But I'm going to use this butterfly as an example, and I am going to turn it into multiple layers, so I'm really excited to show you how to do that. I'm over on my phone. Eventually I'll go to my iPad, but you can see the new version is 5.56.0, so you'll click update. I'm going to zoom in where it says what's new. It says now you can instantly convert an uploaded multicolored image into separate layers, so this is super exciting. Click on the update button and you'll be ready to go. I'm on my iPad. I'm going to select the green plus button at the bottom to open up a new project. You can see the toolbar at the bottom. I am going to select the upload button. From here you can choose take a photo, select from photo library, browse files, or open uploaded images, which is images you already have in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to select browse files. I ended up going to my iPad and searching for that butterfly image and downloading it onto my iPad so you can see it's in my download files. I'll select on the yellow butterfly folder to open it up, then I'll just select on the butterfly and it will open it into Cricut Design Space. It will automatically come up with this background remover, which is so awesome, so I can just select remove background and it'll do it for me. It has options on the bottom where I can erase or crop, but I didn't need to do that, so I hit apply. Here is where the magic happens. You can see at the top it says multiple layers. You can also see that it's in beta mode. You also have the option of single layer or flat graphic, which was basically what I was showing you at the beginning with the butterfly in my desktop version. I'll select next at the top and it will give me an option for clip art or photo, and I am going to keep it as a clip art since that's basically what this image is. You can choose between stacked or sliced. Stacked is better for HTV, paper, and vinyl projects, and it says sliced is better for infusible ink projects. The stacked gives you a solid base layer. As you can see here, I'm going to click out of it. This yellow is a solid piece. If I go back to my sliced option, you can see that it's not a solid layer. You can see the little pieces there. It depends on what project you're doing, but I feel like you'll probably want to do stacked most of the time. When I'm layering, I love having that solid background to layer the pieces onto, so it's amazing that it has this option. Now I'm going to click on layers at the bottom, and you can have up to 9 layers, which is so amazing. The other super cool thing is you can choose however many layers you want. If you go online and do an SVG converter, it will automatically do it for you. You can't choose how many layers and things like that. So I just clicked on 9 and I'll toggle through all the different layers. It separates it by color, which is really nice because that's what you'll want to do with vinyl and paper and things like that. You can choose that little grid option and see it all at once too. Here's what 2 layers looks like, and for my project, I think I am going to select 4 layers. You also have the option under advanced where you can smooth it, reduce the noise, simplify it. So if it's coming in a little bit grainy, then that could fix that as well. My butterfly image came in so well, so I didn't have to do any of that. Also, my butterfly image just worked so well. I'm sure there's others online that are just not going to work quite as well, so you kind of just have to play around with it. I'm ready to click next at the top right. I will name my image and then I'll hit upload. Now I have my image uploaded, I can save it and I can head over to my desktop to work with it in there. I pulled up my saved project from my iPad and look at this, it's just so cool. Over on the right, you can see all 4 layers. What I'm going to do is ungroup it. And I'm just going to move this apart. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to hit undo. One thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to zoom in. I didn't like this kind of creamish white color, how you can see it there. So if you get to Design Space or you're done with it and you don't like it, you can just delete a layer. So now I just have these 3 layers and I'll show you what this looks like. This is seriously so cool, but I also want to give you a really cool example of a photo that I took of my dog and how I can turn that into an SVG as well. I'm back on my iPad, I'll select upload, then I will choose select from photo library. I'm going to select on a photo of my dog, this is Callie. It will automatically come up with the background remover, so I'll select remove background. Once it removes it, I will grab the crop button and I want just her face, so I am going to select that little square over her head. I'll hit save and then apply at the top right. I'll hit next on the multiple layers. You can see clip art doesn't look as good because this is a photo, so I select photo. I'm going to keep it as stacked, then I'll go over to the layers option. It automatically has it on the 9 layers, so when I click on that, you can see some of these are a little bit difficult, like it wouldn't cut out too well with vinyl. When I click on just 2 layers, it's just not quite enough, so I decided to go with 4 layers again with this one, and I thought that was perfect. You can obviously play around with these layers, and each picture is going to be a little bit different. When I clicked on advanced, the reduce noise and simplify automatically went to low, so that's kind of cool. It helps you out there. I named this image, then I uploaded it into Cricut Design Space. I don't show it here, but at the upper right corner, there's a save button. I save it so that I can go into my desktop to open it. I'm on my laptop computer now. I opened up my saved project for my iPad, and look at this. Isn't this so cool? So let's say you're using adhesive vinyl. You can choose 4 different colors that kind of match this. I am going to select ungroup and move these apart. So I could get a black vinyl, kind of a grayish color, a brown, and a white, and I could just layer these on top of each other. I also want to give you another little tip. Looking at this one, for example, there's like a tiny little dot there, and there's a couple little pieces. If you're cutting this out on adhesive vinyl, those little dots are just not going to cut out super well. So I do have a tip. You can go to contour, and you can go in and just get rid of those. So if I zoom in, I'm just going to select some of these little tiny ones. I'm just going to select a couple of these just for an example. Like that one is so small. Now when I click out of it, you can see that those are gone. It's hard to remember where it was. If I hit contour again, I can get rid of a couple more. Let's say we get rid of these. Contour is such a cool tool to do that. Okay, so I just tried to piece it back together as best I could, but you can't even notice that those little pieces are out. I would love to hear your thoughts about this new update in the comments. Also, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. I would love it if you subscribed if you are new to my channel, and I hope you have a great day.